a series of storms that's expected to bring not just rain, but snow, and even that potential for some severe weather. You can see it highlighted right here. So what we're going to do is a deep dive on the severe weather side of the storm. And then, of course, we'll talk more about the winter side of the storm after. But here's what things look like. Our cross-country storm not only delivers rain, but that rain could actually lead to some flash flood concerns from Chicago down south around Kankakee. You head even toward the deep south, right, into parts of Alabama, you know, where the Rocket City of Huntsville is. And by the time we get through this work week, we're talking about a mid to late week flooding risk and severe weather setup. One thing that the Storm Prediction Center has actually highlighted is not just Friday, and Friday's kind of been on our radar for the past couple of days now, but also saying that the energy that'll help to formulate our Friday big event on Wednesday and Thursday could also feature some stronger storms. This is a good time if you're having some cream of wheat, some oatmeal or a bowl of cereal, to look at your screen, because we're going to talk about the timeline on all of this. Marissa, everything starts right here in the Four Corners and eventually the Central Plain states. But even by Thursday, I wouldn't be surprised if by Thursday morning, Wichita, Oklahoma City, perhaps even the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, if there were a couple of, you know, I won't say severe, but maybe some stronger storms, more rumbles of thunder.
Yeah, you know, I was looking at the SPC. This is the dissection of Wednesday, Thursday, and then how that compares to Friday when we see that threat get a little bit more elevated, where you have, at least for the first couple of days, Wednesday, Thursday, more elevated storms. And for the tornado threat, you tend to see lower storms in those bases. Either way, dealing with gusty winds and any sort of lightning, there's always going to be a danger with that. But you do really see that threat for all the ingredients you don't want to line up for Friday.
Yeah, Friday does not look good, unfortunately. This is going to be right along the Mississippi River. So basically, you know, Lake Charles, Louisiana, Jackson, Mississippi, the capital there, up toward Nashville, also included in that threat. I actually wouldn't be surprised, this is a big old heads up for you, if on Friday we actually had some sort of watch that was issued, be it a severe thunderstorm watch or a tornado watch. Might not be a bad idea just to kind of review that with the kiddos, just so that folks are aware. That's what Friday looks like. You mentioned that Friday looks as if more of those ingredients are coming together. And when you look at and take into account all of those ingredients, I mean, majority of those ingredients do show a sign and a signal for strong to severe storms.
It's almost like when you see the temperature going up, you think, okay, what's the catch? And the catch is that ahead of this cold front, which is a strong cold front, you get quite a bit of lift. You have very buoyant air, milder air, warm air out ahead of it, and also with the twist, wind shear, not just the twisting, but also you get an increase in speed with height. So that ability for some of these storms potentially to bring that twist down to the surface would then elevate our tornado concern.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what wind shear does. And of course, the fuel that we need for all those storms, not just the heat, but also some moisture.
Yeah.
And we got more than plenty of that moisture coming in off the Gulf of America. And you can see it right here, and perhaps even feeding in off parts of the Atlantic as well. So it's not just a wind threat, a tornadic threat, and a severe weather threat, but also, as we mentioned, that flash flood threat with parts of the Tennessee River Valley, 2 to 3 inches of rain.
This is a dynamic system overall. And in addition to this warmer side, there's what we call the colder side to it. So for more on that, we have Fox Weather meteorologist Britta Merwin sticking around after Fox Weather First to talk about some snow chances. But here's what I'm excited to talk about, Britta, is some snow chances, not just for the Midwest. They've had their chance. We are going to bring some snow back into the Rockies.
Every day I have had to face the mom text. When are we going to get snow in Colorado? I mean, we've had a huge drought. We've also had a drought across Arizona, New Mexico, the Central Plains. When you think about the agriculture that we yield from the state of Kansas and Nebraska and Iowa, snow is an important component of all of that. So these are areas that desperately need the snow just to get through life. So here's the snow signal that we have. Again, we're not ready to post any numbers just yet, kind of early in the game, especially considering that this is a 1-2 punch. But we do have signals in the forecast that we're going to have a light to moderate chance for snow across parts of Colorado, also Arizona and New Mexico. The big difference maker here is the storm track. I mean, we need to get this low to dig really far down into Baja and then eject back up into the lower 48 to create snow for the Four Corners. And right now it looks like it's going to pan out. Meanwhile, to Marissa's point, we've already seen snow across the Great Lakes in the Northeast. And yes, we do have signatures that will get snow there. But, you know, more importantly, we're going to get snow in some areas that desperately need it. So let's take you through the timeline here, especially for folks that live in the Four Corners. We'll start things off for Wednesday afternoon. The low's kind of coming across Baja. It meets up with the cold air Wednesday night, and that's when we get into that sweet spot. Snow for the Colorado Rockies, the San Diego Cristos, moving into the Sandias for New Mexico. We'll get it for Arizona as well. Also, the San Juans, the southern part of the Colorado Rockies, you guys have been very dry. So we see some really good stuff developing for Wednesday night. Then here's the second piece of energy, which is really key. It actually reestablishes that upslope flow. And when I talk about upslope, it's the wind direction that comes up these mountains out to the west that really give the benefit for the snow production. And we really have that in place for Thursday night. We got snow crossing all the way over into Kansas. So for the Central Plains, you guys kind of miss out on the snow for the first round because you just don't have enough cold air. But the second round for Thursday night into Friday, Kansas, the Texas Panhandle, Oklahoma, that's that sweet spot where we see that marriage of the cold air and the moisture where we can get some snow for you guys. So this is looking really good for the snow potential for many folks. Taking a look at Denver's forecast, and again, when we talk about snow for a lot of these places, a couple ways to look at it. You got to think about the bank account. We store the snow in the mountains, and that allows us to benefit on that slow snow melt, bringing us beneficial moisture to these dry states for Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona. So Colorado, you know, the Denver forecast, we really want to stack up the snow in the mountains. But of course, a lot of people live in the Denver area. You guys will have snow coming in on Thursday. I have to tell you, this is really equaling out to an amazing ski weekend because everything's going to fall Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So, Marissa, I don't want to know what I-70 is going to look like on Friday evening and Saturday morning.
It's going to be moving slow, not necessarily because of weather, but because it's so crowded.
Because so many people are going to rush up the hill.
West. Yeah, Denver's been an interesting one. They had their second warmest December on
60s,
record.
like every day.
The 50s today, but then the snow comes in. And I was even looking at Chicago for snow. Everyone's talking about the Bears are going to be hosting, is it the Packers? I should know these things. Green Bay, yeah, okay, thank you. Thanks, Sean. And that game is going to be over the weekend when we have the snow and the wind coming in. So there's a lot of different things to be watching from west to east, but good job, Rockies.
I know, I'm so excited. We desperately need it.
Yeah.
You know, good things come to those that wait.
They waited a long time, and now's their time. All right, we'll see if the trend continues. Thanks, Britta.